Nobody seems to be talking about the biggest change that is coming to our local real estate market here in Southern California, and especially in Orange County. And I'm gonna share with you in this video, we've all heard the term knowledge is power, where I'm gonna share with you some extra knowledge that is gonna help you better negotiate your next real estate deal. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Christian Stubbs. I'm a team leader and owner here of Onyx Homes. And I'm gonna make this video because this is something I feel like should be talked about more often, especially right now. First and foremost, most people are not aware that there's 150 different negotiation points in any real estate contract. And the first point that I wanna make is most buyers or sellers, and frankly, most agents, only focus on one of those points, and that's price. Now, of course, price is one of the most important terms in any deal. But that means there's 149 other terms that most people don't even consider when negotiating their deal. So I'm gonna break through, there's a couple different things, is the best negotiators, how they get the best deals for their clients, or if you're a consumer negotiating your own deal, how you can get the best deal for yourself. So here is kind of a fun fact, is we focus on as many negotiating points as possible. And if you've ever sat down to do a buyer strategy session with myself or one of our agents here at Onyx Homes, we try to make our offers on the buy side look as good as possible everywhere except for the purchase price, so that we don't have to just have our clients pay the most money to get the home. We want to have all of the best terms on those other 149 negotiation points so that the price cannot necessarily be the highest. And we have case study after case study after case study of this working for our clients. Now on the seller side, it's the same thing. We want to make it so the buyer, their only negotiation point is price, and it's to come up as far as possible in price. And we do this by leveraging the listing in a million different ways. And we have case study after case study after case study of making sure that we are getting the most money for our clients, assuming that's what they want. Now here's the big challenge, and this is the part that nobody is talking about, is there's going to be a new layer to negotiating deals. And this new layer, especially in Orange County, is not something that is normal on all deals. In other areas it is, but this new layer is going to be negotiating for seller concessions. If you have not heard about the NAR lawsuit that is going around and is going to come live, they said it was July, now it's pushed to August. Depending on when you're watching this video, it might already be live. But the point is, seller concessions aren't super normal in our marketplace. Yes, they happen usually after the deal is accepted, and it's usually because of repairs. Now, in other markets, it is very common for seller concessions to be in any given deal. And it's just not super common here. So most agents are not going to be used to negotiating concessions in deals. So if your agent or yourself and you are only looking at the purchase price, first of all, are 149 other factors, but there's going to be another huge one that is really going to factor in to making sure you're getting the best deal. Now here, let me break this down a little bit further. Is when you have the price you're offering, buyer or seller, there's the price of the deal, right? Let's say it's $1 million for a round number. If buyer one is offering $990,000 and buyer two, or B in this circumstance, is offering $1,020,000, but they're asking for 40,000 or 50 whatever thousand in concessions, you're looking at the net number. And this is something that I've talked about in the past, is so many sellers do not look at the actual net proceeds of what they net out of the sale. A lot of sellers only focus on price, which is even worse on the seller side. So here's my point, is for anybody who's only focused on the number one line item of price, is leaving money on the table, and especially moving forward, it's going to be putting you in a bit of a disadvantage. This is something we talk about all the time in our buyer strategy sessions, where we talk about three major things with our clients. We talk about how we are taking advantage of the market, how our clients are taking advantage of the market. We talk about how we keep you protected through the entire process, and we talk about how to negotiate the best deal possible under whatever the different circumstances are. These strategy sessions, our clients have gone through these, they feel more comfortable and confident with the entire process, and it leads them to getting better deals when they purchase a property. And I mentioned case study after case study. Last year, for example, we as a team negotiated over $1.26 million, yes, million, off of the listed price for our clients. And we all know that last year was a busy year. Not every buyer got under list price, which means the buyers that did, which was about 70% of our clients, got below list price last year. That means they saved way more than that $1.26 million. And on the flip side, the 30% of buyers that did pay at or above list price, that means that we were able to get their offers accepted for not the highest price. So we saved them going up. I've used a really good example is we had a client that they wanted to buy a property for, it was 1.45 million was the price they wanted to buy the home at. And they said, Christian, we have to have this deal. They were talking to our agent and they said, we have to have this house. We want to buy it for 1.45. We're fine with that price. And an easy agent would have gone and been like, cool, I'll buy the house for $1.45 million. My client's happy. We're getting a paycheck. This is fantastic. And us as agents, by the way, we're paid as a percentage of the purchase price most of the time. So us as on the buy side, a higher price just means we make a little bit more money, not a lot. With a happy client, hey, that's a win-win, right? Well, that's not what we did. So this buyer wanted to buy the property, wanted to make sure he got the property at 1.45. Well, what ended up happening is we went and negotiated with the listing agent. We were able to get that house for 1.35. So $100,000 less than our client was willing to pay. So there's two things that happened. One, we could have been lazy and just got the deal for 145. Two, our buyer could have made a poor decision and gone and worked directly with the listing agent, and he might have had to pay more than the 1.45 because that listing agent's job is to sell that house for as much money as possible. But because he was working with us and we know what we're doing, experienced in this, we went and saved our client at least $100,000 on just this one particular example. And I have a ton of other examples, over 500 happy clients with 400 some odd reviews. This is just what we do. So I'm talking specifically on the buyer side as we do these strategy sessions, but we do the same thing for sellers as well too. So if you're a buyer and you're interested in doing these strategy sessions, this sounds like a good idea, go to becomeabetterbuyer.com, drop in your information, our team will reach out. Now for sellers, we do the same thing. Now we start here by, you can go to trackyourvalue.com, drop in your address, and that'll start the process. You'll get an estimated value of what your home's worth. We all know online estimates are gonna be all over the board. Might be high, might be low, it could be just right. But the second thing we do is we have our expert reach out. If you're not already working with one of our agents, our local expert will reach out and they will figure out, they'll do a full custom analysis. Ideally, they get a little bit of information from you about what your home's really, what the upgrades are and everything. We're just going off the address and the specs, public record. And we're gonna put a custom market analysis together to figure out the value range of your property. And then from there, we can go through a menu of different services to figure out what makes the most sense for you. If you're selling right now, if you're selling 2 years from now, whatever it might be, the buyer strategy session, the seller strategy session, that is what I would recommend doing if you're thinking about moving in the next year or two. So if you're a buyer, go to becomeabetterbuyer.com. If you are a seller or thinking about selling, go to trackyourvalue.com. Those are two of the best resources to start with. Our team will reach out and we'll go from there. But I hope this was valuable. And the main takeaway here, let me make sure I check all my notes. And I hope this is the main takeaway of the video, is there's going to be change to the market. There's gonna be change in the way deals are negotiated. And if you are focusing, or your agent is only focusing on price, that means you're bartering like you're at a swap meet, which is not how you negotiate hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars in deals. There are very complex strategies that we can use to make sure that we save you the most money on the buy side and make you the most money on the sell side. So if any of that sounds interesting, go to becomeabetterbuyer.com. If you're a buyer or sellers, you can go to trackyourvalue.com. And if you just want to search for homes for sale, you can go to socalhomesforsale.com and start your search there. Again, my name is Christian. I hope you found this valuable, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.